I wanted to do English. I really liked British literature. I took a phenomenal British literature class here, Gothic literature. And at some point, a person who was mentoring me, who will be here tonight, Joseph Moore, said, you know, at some point you have to find a job. You can't just do that. Well, actually, he was wrong, because I'm a professor and I don't have a job. But you know, at that point, I thought maybe I should find a job. So that wasn't going to work. Then I really wanted to do communications. And so I spent some time in this building. But the day I walked into Amaker's room and he said, you know, economists believe that people are self-interested individuals who maximize their own happiness. I was like, now that sounds like people I know. So I just fell in love with the subject. I hadn't studied in my entire life until I got to UTA, right? I just didn't, school was not my thing. That was for the nerds, and I was too busy being Mr. Interesting. And so I just did not, that was not my thing. I was an athlete. And I got here, and instead of taking their scholarship to play basketball here, I decided I would to learn. And there was a statistics professor here who taught an intro to statistics course, who was the first person in my entire life. I must have been 19 years old. He said, I don't know what kind of athlete you are, but I'm pretty sure you're smarter than you are athletic. I have a deep hatred of unfairness. So anything that I view as unfair, I can't sleep. I don't like to eat until it's fair again. But when I look across our country and I see how children grow up through my own children's eyes, I see a lot of unfairness. I see schools that are very different in quality depending upon where your parents live. Right? And last time I checked, you didn't choose your parents. So I don't believe in things that I don't think we can hold kids accountable for who their parents are. So that means we have to educate everyone. That's truly a meritocracy. Right? And so, you know, my own daughter, she's 4 years old, the most beautiful little kid you've ever seen. She was a doctor for Halloween. And I took her out trick-or-treating a couple days ago. And after it was over, Eleanor, my daughter, said, Daddy, you know this is not for real, right? And I said, well, of course, Eleanor, you're dressed like a doctor. You're not a doctor. And she says, no, I can't become a doctor. And I said, what do you mean you can't become a doctor? She said, my skin is too dark, right? Every kid, I don't care what they look like, I don't care where they're from, ought to be able to live up to their God-given potential. In other words, what Ryan Amaker taught me here at UTA is market should work. And that's the market for talent. And the market for talent should work. And I will not sleep until the market for talent works.